is Sonia, and like a caterpillar to a butterfly, I help people metamorphosize their diets and lifestyles to be plant-based. Welcome to Chrysalis Chats, your every single day out of the week source for vegan inspiration and how-tos. That's all vegan support every day of the week. Today, we are talking about the 7 essential things that I recommend you have in your pantry or kitchen this autumn and winter season. These are 7 essential grocery items that I feel are going to help you so much in this cold weather as a plant-based person to make sure you have yummy, nutritious meals on hand all the time. The first thing that I recommend you have in your kitchen all winter long, and you can start now in autumn, is lentils. Lentils are such an awesome source of protein. They're really amazing for a lot of different reasons, but I recommend them because they're warming and healing and they stick to your ribs, and if you're hungry and you don't know what else to make, you can make a lentil dish. Super duper easy, super duper filling. The second thing I recommend you have in your kitchen all winter long is beans, and that's beans of all sorts of different varieties. You can have dried beans, you can have canned beans, you can have whatever it is that you feel you enjoy most for beans. I like a mixture of canned beans and dried beans on hand so that if I'm in a pinch and I just need some protein and something to fill me up, I can just grab the can of beans and be done with it. But on the other hand, if I'm making a soup or I know I want to have a large amount of beans on hand for a few days that week, I will use the dried beans. So have those on hand so that you have a quick go-to for something warming and protein filling so that your stomach stays full throughout the cold months, okay? The third thing I recommend you have on hand at all times is some type of a grain. Now this could be your rice, this could be quinoa, this could be whatever it is that you enjoy for a grain, but have it on hand. You don't want to have to think about that when you're planning dinner. Say you didn't come up with a plan that night, you get home and you're like, wow, I have no clue what to make, and you look in your cabinet and you have nothing that's going to sustain you, okay? I recommend having that rice and quinoa in large amounts on hand, so whenever you need it, it's there. And that's, again, filling. It has a good carbohydrate to protein ratio, and it's something that's really going to help you feel full and satisfied in the colder months, especially of the year. The fourth thing I recommend that you have on hand is garbanzo bean flour. Now, if you haven't learned how to make dumpling soup yet as a vegan, check out my video. I put a lot of time into that for you so that you could see how to make that, and it's actually really easy and super delicious. And again, very stick to your ribs, very warming. Are you sensing a theme? The fifth thing that I recommend you have on hand is coconut milk in a can, and that's not the light coconut milk, but the heavy or the regular coconut milk in a can. Now, I recommend you have this on hand because you can easily add this to any of these grains that we just talked about and make a kick butt curry, a kick butt warming dish, okay? It's going to be full of healthy fats, it's going to be full of wholesome goodness, and again, warming. And coconut milk out of a can, it will take the flavor of whatever seasoning you put in it amazingly. If you want it to be spicy, it will take red pepper flakes and black pepper perfectly. If you want it to be savory, it will take garlic and scallions and onions perfectly. Whatever you're in the mood for, it's a way of adding creaminess, creamy goodness, basics, right, to your food. So if you don't want to think about what you're making, you can just put some coconut milk and some rice and throw some veggies in with some good herbs and you're done. You know, you have an awesome meal, and it didn't take long, it didn't take a lot of thought, but it was there in your cupboard on hand, okay? The next thing I recommend you have is maple syrup. And maple syrup is a good thing to have on hand for the autumn and winter months because it's just seasonally appropriate, let's be real, but it's also a really tasty way to incorporate something sweet that has a lot of micronutrients in it. That's what makes it so amber from the trees, the maple trees that it's extracted. Fun fact, maple syrup, it takes 40 gallons of maple fluid from a tree to make 1 gallon of maple syrup. So if you think about it, you're really taking in a lot of the nutrients, the phytochemicals from the maple tree that you're drinking from as you consume the maple syrup. So it's a good thing to have for micronutrients. I feel like it supports my body in the cooler months especially. And it's just darn tasty. You can put it on pancakes, you can put it in a squash dessert like the one I made here and showed you how to make. You can really use it for just about any of your sweetening needs, but to me, I like to put it on food. I don't really like it as much in beverages. And the final thing I recommend that you have in your cupboard this winter and autumn season is frozen veggies. And if you haven't seen my recent video on how to blanch your greens, if you're somebody who shops at the farmer's market and would like to do that, check that out. But the gist of it is you want to have frozen veggies on hand so that at any given time, no matter if you're busy and you haven't gotten to the store in like a week to get yourself some groceries, or if you're just feeling like lazy, like you don't want to wash and cut vegetables, you can just reach into the freezer and pour your veggies into your dish that you're preparing. And you don't have to worry. You don't have to take a lot of time. In the autumn and winter, we don't get as much sunlight. So I know I find myself getting tired a lot sooner, and I think a lot of us are in that same boat. So if you just don't have as much time to dedicate to making your food, frozen veggies are a good, quick go-to. Okay? So with that said, I hope you gained a lot of value from this video. I would appreciate it if you hit the thumbs up button and supported Chrysalis Chats, because I'm here for you every single day as a source of vegan support. And with that said, make sure you're subscribed. Hit that bell icon so you get the daily updates when I upload a video for you to see to add value to your journey. And leave a comment down below letting us know which one of these 7 items you feel was most useful to hear recommended to you, because I would like to know, for my purposes, to better serve you, what you found most useful out of this video. So with that said, thank you so much. I appreciate all your support. And whether you're just starting off as a tiny little caterpillar like, where are the leaves at? Or you're a full-fledged butterfly sipping the nectar of a plant-based diet, you, my friend, are awesome. Have a blessed day.